Hello crew, I hope everyone's having a great rest of your day today. We have an update for Destiny 2. This is update 3.67 or 1. We have Kepler, fixed an issue where Kepler, Engram, focusing at higher gear tiers, was listing incorrect requirements. So if you want to try out the new mode, it is currently on the public test server. For Vault of Glass, we have fixed an issue that blocked players from accessing the raid. We're not going over all these individual nodes, because this is mostly a hot fix for a bunch of different things. Fixed an issue where third iteration was doing more damage when used along with the anti-barrier scout rifle perk. Fixed an issue preventing the armor mod distribution from being available. So this is the armor mod that allows your void overshields to apply to allies, because it's just adding ornaments for a few different things. But we do have a pretty big one under the vendors. We have one Night Mask. Note charged amalgamation rounds were not affected by this bug, and their damage is unchanged. We also have Choir of One. Their ammo reserves have been increased to 225. We also have Swords. Swords ammo reserves have been set back to pre-Edge of Fate values. We have Agape Hand Cannon. Fixed an issue where the Agape Hand Cannon could generate multiple stacks of precision instrument per burst. So basically, it looks like they fixed an issue the exotic Sparrow in Eachard is now available to claim by owners of the Year of Prophecy in addition to owners of the Year of Prophecy Ultimate Edition. So if you bought the Witch Queen expansion last year, then you should now have access to the Sparrow, where if you had a high discipline stat, you could proc multiple stacks of precision instrument, which allowed you to reload way too quickly. Let me know what you guys think about the patch notes down in the comments. If you guys enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. And of course, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. If anybody tested this in the beta, let me know down in the comments if my understanding is correct. But we do have a few major things. We have Matter Spark. There's a lot of fixes for Matter Spark here. There's a lot of changes to Matter Spark. They reduced the motion blur, the field of view change and screen shake during the Matter Spark dash. You should feel a little bit less sick now if you're using Matter Spark. And then for the Prophecy Dungeon, we have fixed an issue that blocker progression after the cube encounter. For Duality, we have fixed an issue where bells did not teleport players to the Nightmare Realm. And then for the Vanguard operations, we have the Corrupted. Fixed an issue where players did not get teleported during the Ogre's encounter. And then for Liminality, we have fixed a Weasel error that prevented players from starting the activity. So if you want to playtest it, give feedback, you can do so on the public test server right now. Modifiers are now displayed properly. Loadout restrictions now apply properly. And then we have Competitive. Fixed an issue where competitive division did not reset back to 0. So they have something here that says, players who were Ascendant last season and completed placements this season will have their competitive division reset to Platinum. So if you were in Platinum 1 last season and you played in any competitive matches this season, then it will reset you back down to Platinum 1. So it's basically saying if you were in the top 2% this season, then you don't get reset. But if you were in the top 2% last season and you played at least one competitive game this season, you'll be reset back down to whatever your rank was last season. These now correctly show Fabled and Mythic World tier quests as the requirements to unlock higher gear tier focusing. The portal fixed an issue where some conquest modifiers were not displayed properly. Fixed an issue where players would only match with other players who were within 20 power in all PvE activities. Players will now be able to match with players up to 100 power away. Fixed an issue where extra drops were dropping at a lower than intended chance. Fixed an issue where Fireteam Ops Quick Play playlist were not advancing Guardian rank objectives correctly. 162. And it is another huge list of fixes. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're going to start off with the destinations first. Then we'll move into gameplay and investments. So then we have Crucible. And for the Crucible, we have a brand new mode. We have a new mode called Crucible Cutting Edge, and then we have the raids and dungeons. Now for gameplay and investments, we also have a bunch of fixes for various weapons. We have third iteration, and then we also have a bunch of fixes for the armor. We have distribution. Now we skip over the customization section. And then we have a couple of loadout fixes. We have extra slots were inaccessible to some players. And then we have a few quick fixes for currencies and materials. We have destination materials can now be dismantled in stack. That's a nice little QOL change. And then finally, we have a couple more under UI and UX. Fixed an issue where activities could be launched with modifiers from a different difficulty tier. So if you went into a legendary campaign or a heroic story mission with a bunch of legendary mods equipped, it would not work. It would show the wrong modifiers, and it wouldn't give you the legendary campaign or legendary story mission modifiers when you entered in the activity. So that should be fixed now. Fixed an issue where the extractors button was not showing the full amount of extractors a player had equipped. Bounties and pursuits to acquire the catalysts for prior season pass exotic weapons will now properly reflect progress earned from portal activities. There's a bunch of platform fixes and then a bunch of localization fixes. Nothing really super important here. And then finally, there's a couple of general fixes. I think that is everything. That's all we have with this huge update. For more, make sure to subscribe to the channel.